Donald Trump has officially broken yet another campaign promise, as now America inches closer and closer to war with Iran. And now, to make things even worse, the International Atomic Energy Agency dropped a brutal bombshell on Trump, and it exposes everything. Now, after Trump's catastrophic decision to bomb Iran seemingly out of nowhere, Trump's Secretary of State Marco Rubio was quickly grilled on live TV.
Are you saying there that the United States did not see intelligence that the Supreme Leader had ordered weaponization?
That's irrelevant. I see that question being asked in the media. That's an irrelevant question.
No,
they have
that
everything
is
they
the
need
key
to build a
point
weapon.
in U.S. intelligence assessments. You know
no,
that.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
No, it's
that
not.
The political decision had not been made.
I know that better than you know that, and I know that that's not the case.
But I'm asking you whether the order was given.
And the people who say that, it doesn't matter if the order was given. They have everything they need to build nuclear weapons. Why would you bury things in a mountain, 300 feet under the ground?
Right.
Why would you bury why do they have 60% enriched uranium? They're trying to build an ICBM.
No, but
so
that's
they can one day put a warhead on it.
That's a question of intent, and you know in the intelligence assessment that it was that Iran wanted to be a threshold state and use this leverage. I'm talking about the public March assessment, and that's why I was asking you if you know something more from March.
But that's also an
inaccurate
representation of it. That's an accurate representation of it. That's not how intelligence is read. That's not how intelligence is used.
And of course, we can leave it to J.D. Vance to make the dumbest statement of the day.
Question, Mr. Vice President, is the United States now at war with Iran?
No, Kristen, we're not at war with Iran. We're at war with Iran's nuclear program. And let me just say, Kristen, that we're incredibly grateful and proud of the American Air Force pilots who did an incredible job.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, yeah, we're not at war with Iraq, okay? We're at war with the Iraqi military. This is absolutely embarrassing, and more Trump voters are now realizing just how humiliating this is.
The country was lied to about the weapons of mass destruction. Well, I feel the same thing has just happened again to us. I am so disappointed in Trump, and I am a hardcore MAGA guy, and I had so much support for this guy, and I just feel betrayed about this. Trump has done the wrong thing. We've literally bombed the wrong country, and I was certainly hoping for him to be a real peacemaker out there, be a senior diplomat, and bring all the parties together and promote peace in that region, and that's not what he did. He's done the wrong thing, and I am disappointed.
Yeah, this is really embarrassing, but nothing is as embarrassing as this latest bombshell, because the International Atomic Energy Agency dropped a shocking bombshell on Donald Trump, and it blows the lid off of everything. Take a look.
Let me ask you about the trigger for these American attacks, or indeed the Israeli attacks. The Director of National Intelligence testified that Iran had not made a decision to weaponize its nuclear energy program, and that they were confident that the decision made in 2003 not to weaponize had not been overruled. The president said that he believed they were moving towards nuclear weapons. From what you can tell, what was the situation? Was Iran beginning to weaponize its program?
We didn't have any indication to that effect. And this is something I must point out, Farid, is very important, because there has been a lot of speculation about what the IAEA said or what it didn't say. Even before this military operation started, we very clearly indicated in my last report to the Board of Governors of the IAEA, I indicated very clearly that we did not have elements to prove that Iran had a plan or a systematic effort towards a nuclear weapon. Of course, the analysis of nations and individual countries may differ, and they very often, as it has been the case in the United States and elsewhere, they also refer to what they assess their intentions are. They will move or they will not move. The IAEA does not get into judging intentions, as you can imagine. What we report is what we see. And we did not see anything of that. You rightly mentioned that in the early 2000s, there was even a systematic plan called the Ahmad Plan that had a number of elements in order to move with technologies that were related to nuclear weapons. But this is not the case at the moment. Of course, there was international concern. There were some very important, respected Iranian high figures saying that basically that they had all the pieces of the puzzle. And I pointed out that that was not helpful because, of course, if that was the case, there were things that they were not informing the IAEA about. But all of that is a little bit water under the bridge.
According to the Rolling Stone as well, there is no intel. Trump's attacks on Iran were based on vibes, sources say. Vibes? What happened to the facts over feelings crowd? Now all of a sudden we're bombing other countries because of Donald Trump's fifis? At the end of the day, we have an insane person as our president who's now gearing America up for another war, all because he felt like it. It's pathetic, it's embarrassing, and to anybody that actually voted for this, congratulations, you got played.